Alrighty, Duelist Kingdom action, and we've got Yugi taking on Bandit Keith in the first match of what is going to be round 14. Because of the way I lost my season cards earlier, there's overall, I think there's maybe about 22, 23 or so games left in Duelist Kingdom. Something like that. So we're getting pretty close to the conclusion of the season. Alright, Yugi's got Giant Soldier of Stone. There's a Toric in there as well. There's also Black Magic Ritual. There's Magical Hats and Monster Recovery as well. So 2000 defense is always a decent start for Yugi straight off the bat. Okay, there's 18 total matches left for the Duelist Kingdom season. I just gave it a count then. Alright, what did Keith do? He just went with a face down defense. Yugi has got both of his ritual cards in his hand now. And 2 cards face down. I did just miss what card he played. Though I was looking at the season cards. 18 matches left for Duelist Kingdom after this one. Or including this one, I'm not sure. But not many. We're very close to the conclusion of the season. Ground Attacker Bugroth has just been played. Giant Soldier of Stone Attack. So 500 life points off of Bandit Keith. And we turn change back to Yugi, who has drawn the Blackluster Soldier. Can't play it though. He needs 8 stars or more, and the 2 monsters he's got have 3. So, it would have been Toric that he played face down. It was the only other card that he had in his hand, and it's not in his hand now. Okay, Bandit Keith has just tributed Ground Attacker Bugroth in exchange for the Machine King. I wonder what that other face down is of Keith then. This Ground Attacker Bugroth is still a 1500. Alright, Yugi has activated Magical Hats in an effort to protect the Giant Soldier of Stone. It may give Yugi another monster next turn, and he may be able to get that Blackluster Soldier out to the field. Keith, he's played Mystical Space Typhoon, but I don't think that will work. It won't actually stop the activation of the trap card itself, but it was worth a try, I guess. But alright, so Yugi now has some shields on the field, so Keith is going to have a 50-50 shot here at hitting a monster. Well, he could have gone with Toric, because the position on that didn't actually move, but Keith was looking for that Giant Soldier of Stone, and he what's that? Catapult Turtle. So it wouldn't have mattered if Keith hit a monster in the end anyway. Blackluster Ritual is played, and there goes the Catapult Turtle, and there goes Toric. So Giant Soldier of Stone still on the field, but now Yugi with a Blackluster Soldier. You think Blackluster Soldier would have a little animation, but no. Alright, Blackluster Soldier goes for the Machine King. Keith loses 700 points. He's down to 6,800. Yugi at 8,000. So, tight match first up, but it feels like Yugi is just starting to take the advantage here. Alright, Keith went with another face down defense. Yugi has just drawn the Horn Imp. And despite it not being a very strong card, Yugi can start to sweep the field here. There goes Blocker. Okay, so Keith again with another face down. So I'm just getting back to a text message. All right, Yugi has just drawn the Monster Reborn, and he could bring back Machine King if he so desires, and give him a very strong field. And that looks like it's what Yugi is going to do. So 2,200 for Machine King. It will be 2,300. Yugi's also got Giant Soldier of Stone, which is now flipped up. And Horn Imp as well. So Yugi now with a massive attack. And Bandit Keith looking like he might be... Oh, there's Battle Footballer. And Blast Juggler. So 2,600 is going to come off Keith. That's going to leave him with 4,200. And now Yugi now with a lot of attack power. Bandit Keith is probably going to need a Dark Hole if he wants to get over this. And Keith goes with Robotic Knight. Okay, so 1,600 and Machine Conversion Factory. That won't be enough for Keith to get over, but he's just going for what he has here. There goes the Giant Soldier of Stone. And Yugi draws Polymerization. So for Yugi to... Does he have enough on... He doesn't have enough on the field to knock out the remainder of Keith's... Oh, no, wait, yes he does. Yes, indeed he does. Okay, so Yugi is going to pick up this first match. Bandit Keith completely overpowered by Black Luster Soldier. Alright, so we will set up for match number 2. Bandit Keith will have to win 2 games in a row from here, which is a tough ask. Yugi's not that powerful, but he can get the win, as we just saw. Alright, rock, paper, scissors. This time is won by Bandit Keith, and Bandit Keith elects to go first. Alright, Bandit Keith has got Yiba Robo, there's Ground Attacker Bugroth again, and Patrol Robo as well. There's also a Trap Hole and that Machine Conversion Factory card he also played last time. Down goes Yiba Robo. Alright, Yugi, 6 cards in hand. And Yugi's opening play is a face-down spell or trap, and a face-down defense of his own, so... Yugi not going in for an attack. Bandit Keith draws Oni Tank T34. Alright, down goes Ground Attacker Bugroth. And Keith does have a Machine Conversion Factory, but he's elected to keep it in his hand. And oh, Giant Soldier of Stone again for Yugi. So both players drawing similar cards to what they had in the last game. Keith would be hoping to try and avoid a Black Luster Soldier this time, I guess. Although, you can't see Yugi's... Oh, okay, there's Burning Land. We could get a very quick match. Both players will lose 500 life points during their standby phases. And Yugi throws down another defense. Alright, there's a 0 ritual for Bandit Keith. 500 life points from the effect of Burning Land. And sets down Oni Tank T34. And it is... Oh, it's Beaver Warrior. Yugi's still not electing... Sorry, Keith still not electing to use that Machine Conversion Factory. Still saving that up. Alright, Burning Land hits Yugi. And Yugi goes with a face-down defense. So both players, Keith unable to break through Yugi's defense, and Yugi starting to load up his field. Keith has drawn Battle Footballer, which is at a 2100. And Keith again going in with Ground Attacker Bugroth. And this time it's Silver Fang that was played down. Keith could play Machine Conversion Factory and get rid of Beaver Warrior, but Keith also does have stronger machines, because if he plays Machine Conversion Factory on Giant Soldier of Stone, Ground Attacker Bugroth still won't be able to defeat it. So Keith may be trying to wait for a 1600 or higher machine monster, and there is Slot Machine. So 500 life points off Keith from Burning Land, and this could be the turning point. If Keith can hold that Slot Machine onto the field and give it Machine Conversion Factory, it will get over Giant Soldier of Stone. So Keith plays down the Jackpot Machine, and Yugi plays Horn of Heaven, tributing the Beaver Warrior to stop the summoning of the Slot Machine. Alright, Yugi still has Giant Soldier of Stone protecting his field. Keith is about to lose another 500 points from Burning Land. And it's a neck and neck match. Keith doing the most of the attacking. Yugi has just played the Blackland Fire Dragon. And Keith does have a trap hole down. He doesn't activate it here. Yugi looking maybe to get Blackland Fire Dragon and Ground Attacker Bugroth both off the field. And Yugi still with Giant Soldier of Stone standing strong on the field. Turn change back to Keith, who draws Metal Morph. Loses another 500 points. He's got Battle Footballer himself and has just set down Patrol Robo. Alright, 500 points off Yugi. And another face down for Yugi. And there is Time Machine for Bandit Keith. So 500 points off of him again from the effect of Burning Land. Down goes Time Machine. And Keith, he does have Megamorph. Would Megamorph give Patrol Robo enough strength? So 300 points, so 14, plus it gets half of the attacking monster's attack. It might have been able to get over Stone Soldier, but it wouldn't be able to get over that. Summon Skull has just come to the field. Bandit Keith, though, does have a trap hole. And there we see, Summon Skull summoned and then destroyed. So that's a big loss for Yugi. He would have wanted Summon Skull out to attack. There's Overdrive. Burning Land hits again. And this time Keith has played Megamorph, so he doesn't play Overdrive though. He's gonna wait for a turn. Draw phase for Yugi, 5 cards in hand. Burning Land activates, so 4,500 playing 5,000. Both players steadily losing the life points. It may be the first player that can break through and get a direct attack would actually pick this match up. There's Mechanical Snail. Burning Land hits Bandit Keith. And Bandit Keith flips up Patrol Robo, so he'll be able to activate its effect. He could see what Yugi's face down is if he so desired. And Bandit Keith has flipped up Battle Footballer as well. Keith now equips Metal Morph to Overdrive and also now throws down Machine Conversion Factory as well and puts that on Overdrive too. So 2200 in Overdrive and it destroys the Giant Soldier of Stone. So Overdrive now at 2200 and will gain half attack, and it's Toric. Keith went for a risk there with Patrol Robo and it's paid off for him. 1,000 points off of Yugi. They're now equal on life points, but Yugi, actually he's going to go down to 3,500 from Burning Land. And this could be Keith's match from here. 500 off Yugi. What does he have in response? It is the Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress. One of his classic Duelist Kingdom monsters, but I don't know how much it's actually going to do for him here. Alright, there goes Battle Footballer. Keith down to 3,600. He does have Time Machine. He could bring back Battle Footballer, and he does. So Battle Footballer, it's 1,000 attack. So it's still quite a lot of damage when you also got Burning Land on the field as well. And Yugi plays Mystic Box. Okay. So Overdrive is going to be destroyed, but Bandit Keith will get Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress. That may have just been the last move that Yugi had, because all in all, Bandit Keith now has 3,500 points of attack on the field. So, oh, and there's Zoa, and it's all over. There goes the Burning Land. But with Zoa now available to Keith, this match will be over. So it's going to be 1-1 after these attacks have gone through to do their damage. Zoa at 2,600. Battle Footballer will finish it off at 1,000. Time Machine, have Time Machine to thank for that, as Yugi is out of points and we are at 1-1. And we will go to a tiebreaker match between these two. Alright, as I come back into the lobby. What other matches are coming up today? We've got in Battle City, it's Odeon against Loomis and Umbra. And Jaden is going to go up against Taya as well. So still good matches to come after this one as well. This one's been a lengthy one. How long's it been so far? It's just over 17 minutes. Okay, what does Yugi have here? He's drawn Griffor, there's Dark Magician and Gaia. There's also a Blackland Fire Dragon and a Catapult Turtle. Alright, Keith, now 6 cards in hand, goes with a face-down defense and straight to his end phase. Yugi draws Monster Recovery. And decides to go with Blackland Fire Dragon, possibly hoping that if both cards can stay on the field, he could get Dark Magician. He's just kept Griffor in defense and has attacked a Blast Juggler. So Yugi with the advantage here, he could get Dark Magician to the field on the next turn if Keith doesn't have anything to get rid of that Blackland Fire Dragon or Griffor. Keith goes with a face down spell or trap, another one. Oh, straight to the end phase. Okay, Keith doesn't have any monsters to play. And Yugi will go for the double tribute. He will go for the Dark Magician. It's 2,500, as we all know. And unless Keith has got unless he's got a trap card on the field, he's going to take a lot of damage. And Yugi to the battle phase, so running straight in for an attack. And 2,500 off Keith. So I thought he may have had a trap card. He may have been trying to bluff Yugi. Down goes the Monster Recovery card. And Yugi doesn't have a good hand, so Monster Recovery may come in handy. And there's Fissure. And it's a good thing Yugi played that Monster Recovery card. So Bandit Keith's Fissure will be wasted. Dark Magician will go back to the deck. And Yugi can throw away the bad hand that he had and draw much better. And he's got a Monster Reborn as well. So he can bring a monster back. He's got Mystical Elf as well for defense. There's Guardian of the Throne Room. Alright, Keith does some damage. So the life points now are closer together, but Yugi with a Mystical Elf, he will be able to defend. There's Black Luster Soldier. Really nothing in there to use Monster Reborn for yet. So Yugi throws down the Mystical Elf, which will be able to protect him from Guardian of the Throne Room at least. Or Protector of the... Is it Guardian or Protector? I think it's Guardian. There's two cards out there. Guardian of the Throne Room and Protector of the Throne Room. Very close in name. Mystical Elf gets a defensive job done. Bandit Keith down to 5150. There's Celtic Guardian. And Yugi just has to sit and wait. He's at 6350. Doesn't want to wait for too long though. Keith does have ways of getting past that Mystical Elf. It's another face down from Keith as well to the end phase. Turn change back to Yugi. And there's Gaia. He threw Gaia away a little bit earlier. Doesn't play any monsters though. Remember that. Oh, he could have gone with Monster Reborn. Oh, but Keith does have another face down now. As well, if Yugi plays Monster Reborn and summons Gaia and it fails, then Yugi is definitely going to lose this match. So he's just being patient here, stocking up cards in his hand. Oh, and Keith now. Double tribute, and it is Barrel Dragon. Yugi maybe should have played that Monster Reborn. I understand that he is looking down 3 face downs. 2 of them weren't activated, but there is a new one down there. Alright, Bandit Keith using the effect of Barrel Dragon, and he gets it as well. A Barrel Dragon, and there's Machine Conversion Factory as well. So Yugi in a lot of trouble now. He's staring down 2,900 points of attack power with the Barrel Dragon. Alright, to the end phase. Yugi's turn now, and he draws... Oh, useful. Spellbinding Circle. And he just throws down the Celtic Guardian now as well. So he's got a defense again. He's still got that Monster Reborn. There may be a regret of not playing it, but we will see. For all we know, Yugi may have made the best move there as well. Alright, to the battle phase. So Keith didn't play any other monsters down, so he must only have Barrel Dragon. Spellbinding Circle is flipped up and connected to Barrel Dragon. Now, Bandit Keith taking a little bit of time. And he's got Remove Trap. Alright, Barrel Dragon activates its coin effect again, so it'll flip a coin 3 times. If 2 of them are heads, then Yugi will lose his Celtic Guardian and their tails. Both tails. 2 tails and a heads. But Bandit Keith, though, he was in the battle phase when Spellbinding Circle was activated. There's Feral Imp. Yugi throws that down. He's got to hope for either a... Yugi's got Dark Hole, he's got Fissure, he's got a Black Luster Ritual that could help. He's got cards in his deck that can get that Barrel Dragon off the field. Keith, again, will activate the coin effect. It's heads, it's tails, and it's heads. Yugi loses Celtic Guardian. And Barrel Dragon still sitting there at 2,900. Keith must have something good in his hand because he is cooking a bit, but he's not playing any other monsters, so he must have all... They could be high-level monsters, and they could all be magic and traps as well. And Keith... Oh, okay, he's gone with a face-down defense. Interesting. Oh, there's Multiply. If only Yugi had Karibo. Alright, down goes Toric, and Yugi is having to throw down Monster Reborn now by the look of it. Well, he could have played it earlier, but he wanted to hold, wanted to rebuild up his hand, and it may have cost him. So he's using Monster Reborn now in an effort to further protect his life points, given that he's got no counterplay in his hand. Alright, Barrel Dragon activates its effect again. It's a very good card, Barrel Dragon. There's tails, heads, and tails. So Mystical Elf survives the Barrel Dragon's effect. And Bandit Keith tributes that face down. It was, oh, there we go. It was Mechanical Snail. There's Pendulum Machine. And Yugi in all sorts of trouble here. He may have been better off going in for the attacks earlier on. But he played conservative and it may bite him. So Bandit Keith now has swept Yugi's field and Yugi does not have anything to counterplay with here. And, oh, and it's a Mystic Box. That would have helped him. If only he had a monster to play it with. Yugi did not play this one as well as he could have, but that is the difference between human and AI as well. So Yugi is going to take a loss in this one. And what's Bandit Keith doing? He's just played Slot Machine. He could have ended... Oh, okay, he's just gone for limiter removal on Slot Machine to gain 4,000 attack points. Oh, so even if Yugi had something else on the field, even with limiter removal down there, Bandit Keith could have doubled his attack points. Okay, and that will do it. Yugi, not a perfect match. He may have been better off attacking earlier on, but he decided to play conservative, and it ended up biting him. Bandit Keith's Barrel Dragon too much in the end. So in Battle City, we have got Loomis and Umbra taking on Odeon, and we've also got Jaden going up against Taya as well. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for leaving all the comments wherever you are in the world. Stay safe. Take care. Farewell.